the Riverland and Mallee's 5RM. It is the Sideline View, and everybody knows I love my Speedway, and I am a huge fan of vintage and classic Speedway, and today is a big one at the Riverland Speedway. They're having an all-classics day, and they'll actually be in there very shortly. You'll be able to take a walk in the pits. There'll be some hard on-track action from midday, and it's only $10 to get in. I want to learn a little more about it so that you know what you're going to see. Paris Charles is with me. He's a good old friend of mine from many years ago. How you doing, Paris?
Trev, I am very well, and how are you, my friend?
Mate, I'm booming along. Hey, look, before we talk to Speedway, did you watch much of the V8s last weekend at Bathurst?
Oh, of course, mate. I think like every male, I was glued to the television. The barbecue was sizzling away in the background, and we had the beers on ice, and everyone was just praying and waiting for that safety car. And
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you now that according to social media, and it just blew up so big, everyone loves the race, but what they love more is the crashes.
Well,
and
that showed,
people
didn't
were
it?
hanging for that safety car to bring the field back together, and it didn't come until very late in the race.
No, it didn't. And honestly, I thought it was one of the best races we've had for years because it did go so long without a safety car. The cars were fast. Kaseki, man, oh man, how good is he? And, you know, it was just a great race, I thought. And so many people are knocking it. So maybe I'm just getting too old.
Well, I think people like a little bit of the crash and bash as well, mate.
Yeah, we do.
I'm like you. I'm a purist. I like the green light more so than the safety. But you know, different horses for different courses,
Absolutely.
And that's what brings us to this weekend, Trev, with the fantastic Riverland Classic Speedway meeting.
Look, it's going to be outstanding. And look, I'm hearing on the grapevine that there's some good entries, and that we have some cars from yesteryear which I should remember, but you know more about because I'm going grey and I'm forgetting it all.
Well, mate, they've got a couple of classics coming back for the hot rod fans of yesteryear.
Yep.
Graham Mason's SA number 1 is making a return. And I must admit, I was only young when that car used to hoot around the speedways. But for the Speedway purists, they're going to love to see the Graham Mason car. And also Grant Baker from the Murray Bridge area.
Yes.
His SA 88 hot rod will also be coming out. So they're just two classic hot rods coming back out of the shed. They've been fully restored, polished, sign-written, and ready to go.
Yeah, and they're going to look fantastic, and they'll sound great as well. There's a few other cars coming as well, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think there's about 4 or 5 sections across the day. We've got the super modifieds and sprint cars combined.
Yep.
And going through the field there, Kim Webber from just down the road from you in Waikerie. He'll be bringing out a sprint car for its first run. Looking forward to see the Waikerie 27. George Stell is coming out in the Victoria 9. Joshua Brown in the Q11. Chris Brown in the 88. Nick Butterworth in the 2. The 16 of Dylan Catford, and also the 49 of Trevor Mackereth, also from the Waikerie area. So sprint cars, super modifieds, the open wheelers are ready to go.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great day. It really is. And you've mentioned pretty much most of those that we need to keep an eye on. Look, you've got to keep an eye on the Des Obst machine as well. And Reese Heinrich's going to be driving it, which is going to be good. He's been driving it for a while. And I think also Michael Bolshaw's got the old Alan Bolshaw machine.
Yeah, that's correct. Both of those will be appearing in the combined class of stock rod, hot rod, and sportsman.
Yep.
And I reckon there's going to be 9 or 10 of them coming out. So, as you said, Reese Heinrich, former Australia number 1 in the street stock, certainly knows how to pedal anything.
Absolutely.
You could give him a shopping trolley with a wonky wheel and he'll still get it around the track.
You did right there, Paris, that's for sure. Hey, look, another one I want to mention is the late Ian Neal. We lost him not that long ago, and his grandson Callum Crossing will be driving the W9 car, and look, that'll be a proud moment for him as well.
Absolutely. Callum, a great kid, and he's learned a lot from sitting under the learning tree of his grandfather, the late, great Ian Neal, who many Speedway fans would know in the Riverland area. He's been around for a long time, and now it's the next generation carrying the torch, which is great to see.
Yep.
But also in that class, there's a few others that we must talk about. We've got the Grant Baker car, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Paul Angel's coming out in the R23, which is an ex-Ron Jackman car. Now, Paul Angel also has a great tie-in there to the Riverland Club, and that'll be great to see him out.
Yeah, he waved the flags here for many a year, and he comes up all the time. Yep, top bloke.
Did.
Yep, top bloke indeed. It's saloons, as you mentioned. Barry Schmidt will be back with his, and Dave Pohl. We've got John Locke coming. Michael Bolshaw again. It's just going to be a very, very busy day. Rick Skews with the old SA1. It's going to be a good one, isn't it? And we've got speed cars as well, mate.
Yeah, I think there's a small handful of speed cars. Yep. To the best of my knowledge, I've got 3 on my list, but I do believe there could be a couple more coming. So that'll be great to see. We got the SA26 of Jeff Pulford.
Yes.
Peter Steck coming in the New South Wales 57 and the Q48 of Barry Gallagher.
Yeah.
So just 3 there. A lone Formula 500, the 44 of Nigel Harvey, but I wouldn't mind betting maybe there will be a few more come out there, Trev. But great variety for the day. We've got 4 or 5 classes there, the best of 4 wheels, and the sights, the smells, and the feel of yesterday. All those memories will come rushing back when these cars get on track.
Yep, no, that is for sure. So let's hope that all the people can go out there and have a bit of a look. You are going to get some memories come back, or you're going to make some new memories for the younger folk who really need to see how it all started when it really comes down to it, ain't it, Paris?
Well, I think for the modern-day Speedway fan, they really need to appreciate where it all began, Trevor, and you've hit the nail on the head. This is a meeting for everybody.
It certainly
is. Have a look at the cars, get up close, talk to the drivers. These drivers love their pride and joy, and they'll probably talk to you till their legs fall off because
they're proud of them.
They just love talking about their machinery and the history involved in these cars.
Yep, yeah, it's amazing, and you'll be able to learn all about that this afternoon at the Riverland Speedway. Paris, thanks for your time. I know you've got to get to work, but we will catch up with you next time you're in the Riverland. I think that might be next weekend, I hope.
Yes, I do believe I'll be up there for Wacker's Memorial, and we hope to see many, many people come out to the Sunline Speedway and celebrate a day with your good self, Jenny, and all the Sunline team.
Yeah, they're a great bunch of people. Thanks for your time, mate, and we'll see you there. Go safe.
No worries, Trev.
Thanks, mate. There he is. It is Paris Charles with all the information that we needed on the Riverland Speedway. So this afternoon, it gets underway. Gates will be open probably by about now, so head on that way. Spectators are only $10, and cars will be on static display, and then they'll be putting on some, as they call, spirited demonstrations, and it should be worthwhile you getting out there. And, you just don't want to miss out on it. Please go out and show some support, because if we support it, guess what? They'll do it again. And we need to have people out there to show some support. It's going to be a glorious day. The rain earlier in the week will have sorted it, and we should be absolutely under control. I'll catch up with you later. This is 5RM, the Sideline View.